All right, all right. I didn't do the intro music or anything like that. I forgot. I forgot. I was just about to walk away. But here I am. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into another stream, another New York Giants stream. I know the past couple of days you've seen some gaming streams. That was just kind of to test things out, but now we're actually doing back to normal, our Giants streams. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. The New York Giants finished up training camp and they released their new depth charts. So we're gonna go over the preseason depth chart, and we'll talk about our takes and what we like, what we don't like, what we didn't expect, and things like that. And then we're gonna have our eyes set towards the preseason. Stick around towards the end of the stream, guys, because we're going to be talking about, well, not even the end of the stream. I'll probably talk about it a lot earlier, but we're going to be talking a lot of what's going to be going on this channel soon. Not anything bad. We have some major channel announcements. I want to do more with this channel. I want to do more on other platforms, and we're gonna be I'm gonna be telling you guys what the plan is for this season and beyond. Recently we got a new update on StreamYard, where you can actually see comments now on the screen. So if you guys comment, you'll be able to see your comment on the bottom right hand side of the screen. So we're gonna get in here. We're gonna wait till people show up. And wait till this stream starts popping off a little bit. Let me share the stream. Let me share the stream here. I don't expect this to be a big stream today, because I had a couple gaming streams a couple days ago, so I don't know if that's gonna affect it in any way. But where's the new thing to share here? Oh my gosh, StreamYard like changed up their whole thing here, and where I want to be able to, let me just share it from here. Let me go into the live here. X. Let's go. Oh, hold on. Hold up. Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, guys? Hold on. I'm trying to share the stream in. So I forgot to put up the thumbnail and forgot to put the waiting music to allow people to come in. So I just went live willy-nilly, and that is like a no-no. And I just did it. So I haven't streamed like that kind of stream, like our normal stream, in a while. And because we did a couple of gaming streams. You guys know we did a couple of gaming streams, and I don't do it there. So yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna be talking. Listen, it's not a gaming stream this time. We're gonna be doing a couple of those on. Listen, we got a lot of to talk about as far as this channel goes. I have major announcements on this channel, so you guys need to stick around for that. And we're gonna talk about a lot what's gonna go happen with this channel. Not in a bad way at all. A lot about what's gonna happen with this channel, as well as branching out and to other platforms as well. But we are going to talk about first the wrapping up of training camp and things like that. So if you guys don't know, everything that happened in training camp, we could break it down really quickly. I mean, I wasn't able to cover the last 3 days of training camp, but I'm sure you guys have heard from other places, what's been going on. But I think the Giants, they actually look somewhat decent. I mean, the offense is not dynamic, and I don't think anybody expects it to be so. In fact, I think a lot of things are working that we didn't really expect to work. It seems like Jalen Hyatt is getting a little bit of a stride going. I know he had a couple of weeks a couple of days of camp out with injury, but he came back and he was like playing pretty well, catching the ball, going deep, things like that. So that's fun to see. Malik Neighbors is still amazing. We got the run game going. We got the run game actually putting in work. Like I know Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary are good, and of course I like the prospect of Cam Scatterboo, but it seemed like just the run game as a whole was just working. It wasn't just the running backs; it was the offensive line, run blocking and things like that. But what's going on, Jaden? What's going on, Mike Nixon? So it's cool that I have these comments on the right side of the screen now, so you guys can see your own comment and I can read it off too. So I don't necessarily have to hit this all the time, and say what's up and stuff like that. So that's fun. That's fun. But let's go over the depth chart. Let's go over the depth chart. Hold on. Let me pull up the depth chart. I got so much tabs open. Let me clean this up. Oh, did I? Oh my god, I thought I just X'd out of this thing. I thought I just X'd out. Alright. Let me pull this thing up. Can I just save the depth chart? And then, like, show it? Or would it be better if I just... Yo, where's the freaking depth chart, bro? There it is. I guess we'll just do it like this. Share screen. Why does it say my connection is bad? Alright, can you guys see that? Alright, so I mean, there's not really much to talk about here as far as the roster goes. Like, to be honest with you, it's a little bit anticlimactic. There's not a lot going on. And I can see the chat from my phone, so there's not much going on here. You got Darius Slayton, Wandale Robinson. Your starting receivers are as follows. I mean, and then we kind of got a hint that Amir Smith-Marset was going to be the slot receiver moving forward. When we saw Wandale Robinson go out for injury, we saw Amir Smith-Marset fill in. So it looks like he's going to have a little bit bigger of a role in the offense, is why they kind of signed Gunnar Olszewski. I guess that's how you say it. So I assume that's why they got him in there. But I don't know. Amir Smith-Marset is still on the specialist roster. Like, he's still going to be the punt and kick returner. So I don't think Gunner's going to make the roster anyway. I think he's just a camp body for returns for the most part. So there's that. Jalen Hyatt still in the rotation. I'm just covering receivers right now. Bo Collins, Montrell Washington. Montrell Washington seems to be a really fun favorite for Jackson Dart, but I don't know if he's going to be a guy to stick around on the roster. It's just so saturated. Look at these wide receivers, guys. There's just so much of them. You got Malik Neighbors, Wandale Robinson, Darius Slayton, Jalen Hyatt. That's already 4 receivers. Like, a lot of teams only keep at maximum 6. I mean, sure, you're going to have the occasional 7, but you're not going to have 7 throughout the entire season because you're going to want that extra roster spot freed up for maybe another position that you need to kind of put more bodies on. But that's 4 receivers right there. So it's already going to be tough for these guys to make the roster. You got Lil Jordan Humphrey, who seems to be doing pretty well. Amir Smith-Marset, who is a special teamer that I think is a lock to make this roster for special teams. So that's 6 receivers right there. Zach Pascal is a veteran. Montrell Washington has been a fun favorite for Jackson Dart. Juice Wells, Jackson Dart's teammate in college. Bo Collins, a standout undrafted free agent rookie receiver. So it's like there is a lot of receivers here that are just not going to get their moment. Dalen Combre, I mean, he seems like he's performing well in camp, but he just came out of nowhere. I just don't think he's that special to put ahead of anybody else. But like, look how much receivers we have here. We're going to be cutting a lot of good players. What's up, Cletus? Did you quit USPS? No, I'm not doing. No, I would not do this full time yet, Mike. Not yet, not yet. But we are inching. We're inching there. I mean, listen, Mike. I wouldn't do this yet with 10 people in the chat. Listen, sometimes we have 200 people. Sometimes we have 300 people, and I want to wait till I get a lot more consistent for me to try to do this full time, but I want to make it as if I want to give you guys so much content like I am doing it full time. You guys get what I'm saying? So we're going to be, just be stick around to the end, guys. We have a major channel announcement. We're going to be talking a lot about what's going to be happening with this channel. But no, I did not quit my job yet. I'm not going to do that yet. I like my job too much, and I get paid a decent amount for me to do that. Door Gunner, what's up? We just had a fun time on the NFC East roundtable. Neighbors and a bunch of used car salesmen at wide receiver. Man, what are you talking about? Wandale and Darius Slayton? Come on, man. Come on, bro. And we got some sleepers. Door Gunner. Listen, I wouldn't be talking, all right? You got the damn, you got a hefty, Debo Samuel over there, all right, and Terry McLaurin that don't even want to play for you guys no more, all right. So I would watch it there, Door Gunner. All right, guys. Now let's look at the offensive line. The offensive line, of course, you're gonna have James Hudson as number 1 left tackle. Andrew Thomas is not performing. I don't think we're not gonna see him for the whole preseason. They want to make sure that he's okay, and I want to make sure. Why does Andrew Thomas need the preseason? He doesn't. So I'm okay with this. Let's see what we have in our overpaid swing tackle. He better be good. Marcus Bowe is the fill-in swing tackle. Greg Van Roten, Evan Neal's beside him. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some Evan Neal in the season. I would not be surprised at that at all. John Michael Schmitz as a center. It is what it is. I like how Marcus Bowe is ahead of Stone Forsythe. I like that he's ahead of somebody. So it seems like Marcus Bowe, a lot of people are excited about him that watched him in camp. So, and then we have John Michael Schmitz at center. I listen. You guys know how I feel about JMS. I have not liked JMS I never liked them. Let's be real. I never liked them. And I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. He's just not good. John Runyon here. I mean, the offensive line is the offensive line. There's nothing really different here. Jake Kubis, I thought that he would kind of make a little bit of an ascension here around, the backup left guard spot or something, or maybe a backup center spot, but seems like he's going to be that third string right guard. The running backs, Tyrone Tracy takes that role from Devin Singletary. It is now, final. It is final that Tyrone Tracy is going to be that starter because now he's appearing as the number 1 running back. He was like a running back by committee with Devin Singletary. Now we can confidently say Tyrone Tracy is our starter. Bo Collins is a sneaky player to make this roster. I wouldn't be surprised, Mike, but with how much wide receivers this Giants team does have already, I think he's more of a practice squad guy. I think he's like a priority practice squad guy. I don't know if they necessarily need him for the roster yet. I think they keep him around the practice squad just in case there's any injuries, and then they'll bring him on. What's the status of your starting left tackle? He's on the PUP list, Door Gunner. Andrew Thomas is on the PUP list, but don't worry, he will suit up for week 1 against Washington. Don't you worry. He will be there. It's just that they're not going to rush anything with Andrew Thomas. He's gotten hurt a lot in his years with the Giants, and he's one of the best left tackles in the NFL. He doesn't need the preseason. Come on. He would have to ball out in the preseason game. Yes, that's why I'm so excited for these preseason games, B-Dog, and that's why I'm glad that you mentioned that. We're going to talk about that after we talk about the rest of this roster, and we'll talk about the implications of the preseason and who we feel like, who do we want to see ball out and in the preseason. So let's see here. The tight ends, and we'll wait to talk about the quarterbacks in a second. The tight ends, Daniel Bellinger reclaims his spot as the backup tight end. Looks like Chris Manhertz is going to be taking a back seat as the third tight end. I think this is exactly how it should be. Yes, is Chris Manhertz probably going to be? Sorry guys. Probably going to be on the field more often than Daniel Bellinger, sure. But who's the better tight end that you're going to rely on it's Daniel Bellinger. He does not drop the ball. He's a good receiving tight end, and he can block. Like he's probably the best balanced tight end that we have is Daniel Bellinger. He's the best balanced tight end. Theo Johnson's not much of a blocker, but he's a receiving threat. Chris Manhurst is not much of a receiving threat, but he's a blocker. Greg Dulcich is like basically a big ass wide receiver, and we love ourselves some Thomas Fidone. I'm hoping that he balls out. Russell Wilson, starter. Jameis Winston, QB2. Jackson Dart, QB3. Tommy D. I mean, I don't know why people were surprised about this. I don't know why. If you saw Jackson Dart be QB2, Jameis is probably not going to be on the roster. If you saw Jackson Dart be QB2, Jameis is probably not going to be on the roster. That's just that. Why would you need him at that point? Then you have Tommy DeVito. I mean, unless you just cut Tommy DeVito and make Jameis your third string. I mean, like, why would you want to pay a third string quarterback, somewhat solid quarterback money? Like, I don't know. I mean, Daboll loves him. He's gotten some first team reps. Yeah, but there are a couple of guys that got in first team reps because Jalen Hyatt and Wan'Dale Robinson were out, so they were they were trying to just look at the undrafted free agents. Like, we saw Daquan Felton get first team reps. We saw Dalen Combre get first team reps. So I wouldn't look into it too much, but if you ask me who is the favorite undrafted receiver the Giants have, it is definitely Bo Collins. So we'll see. I like Thomas, but he spends more time in street clothes than I mean, listen, I agree, Door Gunner. I agree. I love Andrew Thomas. I would, if he's healthy, I trust Andrew Thomas with my life. Andrew Thomas is that good. So. All right, let's go to the defense. This is what I was really looking forward to the most, especially from this front seven and this edge rushing group. So, Kayvon Thibodeau, they're going to call him a defensive end. He's, it's a linebacker. But he's like, all right, guys, I know this is very confusing. Just think of D end in a 3-4 scheme, the Giants 3-4 scheme. Just think of D end as the strong side outside linebacker. The strong side linebacker, right? The Sam. Think of him as he's going to be the strong side linebacker. So, wherever the heavy set is, wherever the tight ends are, wherever the play side is, you're probably going to see Kayvon Thibodeau there because he's probably best fit to stop the run. Also, guys like Chauncey Golston, who has, 3 technique, 5 technique capabilities, along with Trace Ford. So, there's that. Dexter Lawrence, nose tackle. Elijah Chapman as the backup nose tackle. What is going on right now? I was very confused at this. This is why I really don't pay attention to the position. I don't pay attention to the position because it really doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. Elijah Chapman will not be playing nose tackle. There's just no way in hell this guy's going to be playing nose tackle. He's a 3-tech, if anything, all right? DJ Davidson will be in replacement for Dexter Lawrence when he's not on the field. But I'm happy to see Elijah Chapman is really looked at as one of the better defensive tackles. I don't know if that's bad for us or if that's good for Elijah Chapman. I don't know because I don't think I love Elijah Chapman. I just don't think he's that good. But we'll see. We got Nacho as DT1. It seems like I was really hoping Darius Alexander was going to challenge him for that spot. I was really hoping Darius Alexander was going to challenge him for that spot, but you heard nothing about this guy. You heard nothing about this guy all camp. I really thought it was because they didn't have the pads on. It's training camp. You really don't hear much about the trenches in training camp, but then you're hearing stuff all about Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns, Abdul Carter. You're hearing stuff about Elijah Garcia. I heard stuff about him. Like, you're just not hearing anything about Darius Alexander. I think he had one day towards the end, probably like day 6, day 7, one day where his name was mentioned. And I was like, oh my God, he exists. Like, I thought he was like injured at this point. But he just hasn't been doing enough to challenge for even a backup role, even a rotational role, Darius Alexander yet. So I'm hoping we're gonna wait till we see what he can do in the preseason, and then we'll kind of make an assessment on where he's at right now as a player. But, Abdul Carter, I don't expect him to be listed as a starter, but you guys know he's going to be thrown around all over the place. Like, he's going to get playing time. He's going to be amazing to watch, so I can't wait. I'm almost, like, iffy on if he should even play in the preseason because he's dealt with injuries in the past, and I just don't want him to start start the season injured, so I don't know. Bobby Okereke, you already know Micah McFadden, my glorious king. And then we had people saying Deontay Johnson was going to come back and take that job. Bro, get back to the fourth or fifth linebacker spot. Come on, man. All right. Let's move on to the secondary. The secondary probably scares me the most. The secondary scares me the most because we have a lot of talent, but they're just not doing much, right? Drew Phillips has been the best cornerback in our. I would say so. Drew Phillips has probably been the best cornerback in camp so far as who's making the consistent amount of plays. Paulson Adebo has been getting cooked left and right. He's made some plays here and there, but especially on the one-on-ones, like he's been getting absolutely manhandled. Like we're talking by Jalen Hyatt, even Jalen Hyatt, bro. Jalen Hyatt, not Wandale, Darius Alexander, and of course Malik Neighbors. So, I mean, Paulson Adebo has been thrown around everywhere. Trey Hawkins has been all right. Nick Jones is a guy to look at because he might be a guy to make this roster. The Giants don't have any plan for life after Drew Phillips. Like, if he were to get hurt or something like that, Nick Jones seems to be like he's holding his own. I don't know too much about him. I know he's played. He's not a rookie. I can tell you that. So I don't know too much about him. But I think he's gonna make the roster as a backup. You know, the dime back. He's gonna make the roster as the dime back. This is interesting here, right? I've never seen this before. Never. Deontay Banks or Cordell Flott. Like, how could you not make up your mind at this point? How could you not make up your mind at this point? We've had 10 training camp practices in which they've started back and forth, right? They rotated starting roles, and then Deontay Banks kind of started, he broke the cycle where he started 2 days in a row, and you're still not willing to say who's the starting, like, just put a name there. Well, like, you could still have a cornerback competition. Like, training camp isn't over. The training camp days that we see is over, but, like, they're still going to be practicing. So I don't get it. I don't get how they're not committed to one guy yet. Now you don't even need to commit to somebody. Just put someone as the number one corner. Give us some hope. Why is Deontay Banks struggling against a third-round cornerback who's been on this team for 4 years now? This is the last year on his deal. Like, I don't understand it. So we'll see. I'm happy Tyler Nubin took that starting role over Dane Belton, because I was going to say, if Tyler Nubin can't beat out Dane Belton, it's wraps for the guy. It is wraps for the guy, because you guys know I'm probably Dane Belton's biggest hater. I am not going to lie. I look on Twitter and I'm just seeing a bunch of Dane Belton glazing because he's like at the right place at the right time getting these interceptions. And that's what's keeping, it's those random interceptions that Dane Belton gets, those random turnovers that are keeping him getting playing time. He could stay on this roster. I believe he's an NFL player, but I don't want to see this guy on the field. But, of course, if we get a lot of three safety sets, we're going to see, or 3 safety packages, we're going to see Dane Belton, like heavy nickel packages. Dorgunner says Banks stinks. That's why he doesn't stink. They're throwing his feet on the fire, and they're trying to like light a fire under him and show composite. He's better than Cordell Flott. Like, there's nothing that shows me that Cordell Flott can make a play or two. He can, he could make a play or two. He's not better than Deontay Banks. They're just doing this mind game with him where it's like, hey, you better win that spot. You better win that spot, Deontay Banks. He's going to win it. Like, he's going to win it. Let's see. Adebo versus Terry or Big Ziti. Bro is saying Big Ziti as if Deebo Samuel isn't scarfing down a pot of Big Ziti as we speak. What are you talking about? Ain't no way Adebo is getting cooked by Darius Alexander. Did I say that? Did I say he's getting cooked by Darius Alexander? oh, you're just saying, yeah. I mean, Adebo is not playing up to par. So, Keenan Allen signed. Yeah. Keenan Allen, I saw that on Twitter when I was scrolling that he signed back with the Chargers. So good for him. I mean, it's a decent backup. Yeah, Cordell Flott's a decent backup. Banks is your St. Juiced. I mean, he's better than St. Juiced, though, Door Gunner. I know what you're getting at. You know, like, you're starting cornerback that, you know, he's like our Eli Apple right now. He's like our Eli Apple. But St. Juice was god awful. Let's be real. St. Juice was terrible. What's his name? Benjamin St. Juice? Terrible. Deontay Banks is not terrible. He's just not playing up to first round pick standards. He's just not. So, and then I don't know if you guys care about this. I don't care because this usually changes when the season starts anyway. But I think this is going to remain what it is. Amir Smith-Marset. So. No, I meant Dane Belton is a decent. Yeah. Dane Belton will be decent. Dane Belton is a decent backup. He's just not a guy I'm confident in going into games at all. BSJ and Forbes aren't on the Commanders anymore, so the secondary should be a lot better. Yeah, sure, but you're still the Commanders. I mean, let's be real. You're still the Commanders, all right? Let's calm down, Door Gunner. You guys had one good season in 30 years. Let's calm down. Like, even when you guys made the playoffs in, 2020 and... What was it? Was it 2020? 2020 and 2015. You guys were still terrible teams. You just made the playoffs because you were the least terrible out of all the NFC East, but you were still a terrible team. Let's just keep it real. You guys have not been good since 2012 RG3, and look how that happened. And before that, let's not even talk about it, right? We're talking about the 90s. All right. So Door Gunner, you guys have one solid season where the future is looking bright in 30 years. Let's be real. Let's lay all the chips on the table, okay? That was the Dan Snyder era. Oh God. Whatever. Aren't you guys owned by the dude from Amazon now or something? I don't know who you guys are owned by now. And I don't care because it really doesn't matter. So all right, guys, that is all right. So who I'm really looking forward to, you guys can put it in the comments. Who you're really looking forward to going into training camp? Time is just flying by. The preseason. All right. I don't know how much we're going to see of the starters. I really hope we don't see too much of the starters. I know a lot of people want to, and they'll make up all their random, silly reasons why they want to see the starters on the field. It's just not something you want to do because if they get injured, then you're like, oh, damn, that sucks. You know, I don't want to see too much of the starters. I'm hoping these guys are professionals. These guys are experienced, a lot of them. This is not a young starting team, all right? The starters are not young. We don't have any rookies in starting positions right now. They should know what they're doing, all right? They should have enough chemistry at this point to not have to have a whole game or a half a game of the preseason to get it rolling. So, that's literally everybody can make up all their excuses why they want to see starters in the preseason. It's probably because you just want to see these guys play. That's it. Just say that. But they shouldn't. They just shouldn't. This team has dealt with so many injuries in the past that I am just scarred for life. I don't want to see them too much. I want to see the guys that are really trying to make this roster. I want to see guys on the offensive line. I want to see Marcus Bowe out there. I want to see Evan Neal out there. I want to see Josh Azudu out there. But I want to see Josh Azudu at guard, for crying out loud. Why is he the third string tackle? Why is he the third string tackle? We're not going to see no Cam Scatterboo because he's dealing with that hamstring. So we're going to see Dante Miller. Guys, I think Dante Miller is so overrated. It's unbelievable. Was I part of overrating him when the Giants got him last year? Sure, because he's extremely fast. Guys, he goes down by a little bit of wind. A little bit of wind blows in a certain direction, and he's on the floor. Like, this guy is so easy to bring down. He's so small. He is fast, but he doesn't cover a lot of ground because he's so small. Like, he's like me running out there. Like, I don't like Dante Miller. I think he's a good college player. I don't think he's an NFL player. I'm sorry to break it to you guys. You're not going to have any reason to throw this guy on a field. So he's definitely not going to make the roster. But I guarantee you we're going to see tons of him in the preseason because they're not going to want to touch these guys for quite a while. So we're going to see a lot of Dante Miller and Jonathan Ward. And we just got Jonathan Ward. We're going to see a lot of Dante Miller. A feather could bring that guy down. I mean, I saw last year, what game was it? It was a preseason game. Was it the Lions? We did play the Lions last year. It was the Lions because I remember they were in a dome. Dante Miller took like a stretch to the outside, to the right side. He broke out, and he could have had some yards. If he made one guy miss or break one guy to make a tackle, he would have had a lot of green ahead of him. The safety came down, tripped. He tripped and caught Dante Miller with his arm, and Dante Miller flung to the ground. Okay? Like arm barred him. I'm pretty sure that safety was so surprised when that he made that tackle when he did. He tripped as he was falling to the ground. He hit Dante Miller with his arm and brought him to the ground. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Dante Miller's just he's not NFL. He's not NFL. And shout out to Dante Miller. Cool player in college, but I just don't care for him. That turf at MetLife, yeah, I know, Door Gunner. I am not a fan of the turf at all. I'm not a fan of. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. Because they want to be cheap and affordable, and they hold a lot of concerts there at MetLife, so they don't want to ruin natural grass and have to take it out all the time and spend the money to do that. I get it, but it's still stupid. I can't stand that turf either. I did, and he played well in the preseason, but he's a practice squad player. He didn't even play well in the preseason. Are we talking about Dante Miller? He didn't even, he had no yards. He didn't do anything. He didn't flash anything special to me at all. Of course, we're gonna see a lot of Jackson Dart. I know that for sure. We're gonna see a lot of Jackson Dart. This is the beauty, guys. This is the beauty of having two experienced quarterbacks to start the season, and Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, because you don't have to savor Jackson Dart. You don't have to savor him because you're expecting him to start at some point in the season. You have two of these quarterbacks. Jackson Dart is probably going to play the majority of all three games the Giants are in. We're going to get a lot of him. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see Jackson Dart in the preseason. And I'm going to try not to get too excited because it's just natural as a football fan, right? Who from the defensive side of the football? Wait, did I already cover all I wanted? Okay, I really want to see Jalen Hyatt. Of course, the wide receivers as a whole, I want to see them do well, but I really want to see Jalen Hyatt. He is going to get playing time in the preseason for sure. He's probably going to be the number one guy in the preseason. So yeah. Can he play in windy conditions? Yo, you put Dante Miller out there at MetLife Stadium in the middle of October, and he might fly away. It gets windy in MetLife. He might fly away. You're not wrong, Door Gunner. You are not wrong. All right, defensive side of the football. We're not going to see any of these guys play. We're probably going to see a starting rotation of Chauncey Golston, Elijah Chapman, Roy Robertson Harris, and Timon Fox. I don't think we're going to see our main guys at all, including Abdul Carter. I don't think we're going to see too much of them, and I wouldn't want to see. I swear to you, if the Giants throw out that starting five out there and they get hurt, one or even two of them get hurt, I will never forgive them. Why do we need to see these guys in action in the preseason besides just wanting to see them? You don't need to put these guys out there. They are experienced veterans, and Abdul Carter is a flashy rookie that is expected to have a huge impact on the season. You don't need to throw these guys out in the preseason. You don't need to. Forget it. That stuff is so overrated. They're building chemistry as we speak. Just because you're not watching them in a game doesn't mean they have no chemistry. They are practicing with each other every single day. They have chemistry. Don't worry. I don't want to see these guys in the preseason. Yeah, I'm a buzzkill. I get it. But I'll tell you what's an even bigger buzzkill. These guys getting hurt in the preseason. Because it happens. We're going to see a lot of Darius Alexander. I'm sure of that. Inside linebackers, I'm hoping we see some more Deontay Johnson. I do like him. Darius Muasau as well. I do like him. Chris Board's a special teamer. Nick Jones, we'll see. Trey Hawkins, you guys know. listen, summertime is Trey Hawk summer, you know? Every summertime is Trey Hawk's summertime, you know what I mean? So, every summer is the Trey Hawkins summer. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm excited to see him. You guys know I like me some Trey Hawkins. I've been rooting for him for a while. So we'll see him, and I'm sure we're going to see, I think we are going to see Deonte Banks and Cordell Flott out there, even though one of these guys are projected starters. They're going to want to have these guys competing until the bitter end, and then they'll announce who's going to start, and it's inevitably going to be Deonte Banks. So, that's pretty much it as far as that goes. All right, so I did want to talk, so we have some people on Twitter as well, so I did want to talk a little bit about what we're doing with this channel, and it's not anything bad, guys. I'm not, like, changing everything I'm doing, and, like, I'm freaking going Hollywood or anything like that. It's not even anything like that at all. I just want to do more. I want to do more, so if you guys aren't already, by the way, make sure you guys join into that ESPN Pick'em League. I know I got some of you guys are in there. Maybe you guys aren't interested, and that's fine. But if you guys want to have something interactive to do with me and the rest of the subscriber base, join into the ESPN Pick'em League, and we'll be, doing that every week until we see who we get the winners. And by the way, I don't know what the prizes should be. Last year, the first place won a Giants hat, but I wanted to do three places gets a prize, like the top 3 places, so first, second, and third gets a prize. But if you guys have any ideas on because I know like getting like a Giants hat is definitely gonna be like one of the prizes, but what should I make it for the other tiers? You know what I'm saying? So you guys, if you guys have any ideas, of course, like I'm not gonna get you guys like a freaking signed jersey or anything like that. It's not in the budget. And maybe when I'm full time, I can get you guys like a jersey and stuff like that. But let's keep it realistic. You know what I'm saying? If you guys have any ideas for the ESPN Pick'em League, for first, second, and third place for prizes, you guys can leave it in the comments, stuff like that. But if you guys are interested, the link is always in the description. You guys can check that out. Also, throughout the season, my membership program, I've always been figuring out what the hell I'm going to do with the membership program, and I finally figured out what I'm going to do with it. We're going to be doing a lot of film on there, a lot of film breakdowns. There's going to be a lot of times where I want to make a video that is just not going to do well in the public spaces, where it's going to get like 80 views because I'm going to be covering like freaking like Dante Miller's film. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's going to watch that, but for all the film junkies out there, that's a good avenue for you guys to, and it's perfect because the NFL has been taking away, been really like demonetizing and blocking film breakdowns on public YouTube because it's the NFL's been taking them down. So if I put them under my membership, they won't be demonetized. I won't be blocked and stuff like that. I can do it on my own. It's my own private thing. So for $5 a month, it's gonna be a lot of breakdowns throughout the season. I may even do some non-Giants breakdowns as well. It's just gonna be flooded with that kind of stuff because I don't want to overwhelm my channel with a bunch of random breakdowns. So I think it's perfect for the membership program, for all the film junkies out there, for that. So that's what I'm going to be doing on this channel for the membership programs and like some of the content you're going to see. As well as I'm sure you guys have noticed on college film breakdown. Yo, Mike, perfect because I'm sure we'll be talking about, I have a feeling we'll be talking about the draft a little early, as we always do as Giants fans. We'll even do film breakdowns for college prospects. And of course, you're still going to see that on the main channel, like on the actual channel, public. You'll still see some of that, guys, but the majority of it is going to be on the membership because I don't want YouTube to completely start demonetizing me, and I'm not making anything off of the work I'm putting in. So I figured a way to give back to you guys for giving for giving and supporting to the channel, a way to give back to you guys is to provide you some nerdy content for all you fellow nerds out there for football. So there's that. And as well, like I was mentioning before, you guys may have noticed that I've been really doing like shorts and stuff like that, a lot of YouTube shorts. Listen, for those, if you guys ever wanted to become a content creator, one thing I'm learning now, SEO algorithms really love shorts. It's for your exposure and stuff like that. So I've been really working on the short stuff, and it helps build the audience. It helps build the community. So I'm going to be working on stuff like that. So I'm implementing something really fun this season that I'm going to be doing. I know we can't react. The thing is that sucks with YouTube is that they have such hard restrictions on copyright, right? On YouTube. However, Twitch is a different thing. So, I'm sure you guys have heard of Flight Reacts. I'm sure if you guys have heard of that, I forgot, he starts with a J, that Commander's like TikToker, Twitch streamer, whatever, that he reacts to football games and stuff like that, and he watches the highlights on stream. We're going to be doing that this season with you guys. I'll be doing that on Twitch. So, during these games, during the NFL games, I will be live. I may not be live for every game, but I will be live like normal, like we do on this channel, to do live reactions of the game. And then immediately after, to replace the instant reactions, we're going to be going live on Twitch right after the game and reacting to the highlights of the New York Giants, because we can watch it there. We can watch the New York Giants highlights on Twitch. We're not going to get copyright struck. And then I can post the highlights of those reactions onto YouTube as a short. So I'm trying to figure out different ways to work around this to make the best content for you guys possible. Because what's been the really big Achilles heel to a lot of content creators that want to provide content to their audience, it's always been restrictions. It's always been demonetization and stuff like that. It really knocks down a content creator. But this season, we're going to be trying our best to work around a lot of that. I've gotten a lot of mentors. I got a lot of inspirations as, content creators that are much better well off with, and I'm learning. So I want to do that. So this season is going to be a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. We're going to be so you guys are going to be in here for the live reaction while we watch these games, right? While we watch the Giants games. So, for example, let's say, the Giants are going to be playing September 7th versus Washington 1 o'clock p.m. We're going to be here at 1 o'clock p.m. watching the game together, live reacting like we did for the past, I don't know, how long have I been live streaming on YouTube? Like 7 years, 6 years, something like that. Same thing we're going to be doing every year, right? Then, immediately after, we're going to be going live on Twitch. We're going to be going live on Twitch and maybe even TikTok as well. And live reacting to the Giants highlights of the game. And those are going to be cut up and to become highlights so I can put on YouTube Shorts and hopefully avoid copyright. And then, on top of that, we're going to be live reacting to all the rest of the NFL highlights in that week. So the Cowboys Commanders, that's Thursday Night Football, so it's different. Cowboys Commanders, we'll react to that. Like random games, any games that already happened that the NFL posted the highlights for, we are going to be reacting to on Twitch the same day. And that's going to replace the boring instant reactions that I've been doing for like 3 years now, or not even in 3 years, since I've been making this channel. It's just I go live, no editing, there's no highlights because YouTube always demonetizes you if you put 5 seconds of highlights. You know what I'm saying? So We're going to be doing that. We're going to have a lot of fun this season, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun this season, and it's going to be extremely interactive. So you guys are going to be a part of it as well. So I'm really excited for that. On top of that, we're doing a lot of NFC East roundtable stuff, too. We're working on doing a Giants roundtable on that channel. So that's going to be fun. We're going to have four, including myself, 4 Giants content creators, and we'll be talking throughout the week. On top of that, the Giants have Hard Knocks this season in season. So a lot of content coming you guys' way that I'm extremely excited for, man. Extremely excited for. And I know that I've been kind of lacking this summer. I was on vacation a lot. What's going on, G537? I know, like, I've been lacking, but guys, this season I'm pumped. On this season, I am pumped. We're gonna be pumping out content as far and gaming content too. Like, you guys know, like, I've always tried to do gaming on this channel, and it's just not been working out. So I'm gonna start doing gaming on TikTok and Twitch. So yeah, and I'll kind of be funneling if anybody is interested in gaming, I'll be funneling, you guys from here. If you guys want to watch the gaming content, it'll be on Twitch and TikTok. But we're gonna start doing stuff on all platforms. Make sure you guys follow me on TikTok, because I did my first live stream on TikTok yesterday, and I think for the first time it went pretty well. How about on Twitch you stream that, bro? Stream what? Stream what? I talked about a lot, so I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. I'll be streaming gaming. All that stuff on Twitch and TikTok. But the great thing with Twitch, Hard Knocks. Oh yeah, I can't do it live. I can't do it. Can I? Can I watch Hard Knocks with you guys live, or would that be some sort of content? Can I watch it live with you guys? Oh my god, yo, Mike. Yeah, this is why I have you guys, bro. I don't know if I can do that. I'm gonna double check, cause I'm buying a green screen as well. I just bought a green screen, so it's gonna be better for reacting to content with you guys. So if I can watch this live with you guys, that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be doing that. Wow. That's really interesting. We're gonna be doing that. Cool. Cool. I'm down. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that for sure. We'll watch Hard Knocks together live. So, yeah, so that's pretty much what we're doing, guys. Like I said, we're gonna be pumping out a lot of content, and a lot of reaction stuff, a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, I'm tired of, guys. I'm not like this all the time. Like, you guys see my videos, and I'm like, hello, welcome to the New York. Today we're gonna be breaking down training camp number 7. Like, guys, if people that actually know me in real life, I'm not like that, bro. I'm like more full of life, entertaining. I'm silly, I'm goofy, all that stuff. I want to be more of that. I want to be more of a personality. I try to build this channel trying to be more professional and, like, very, today we're gonna break down this, like, I'm gonna be doing more reaction stuff. I'm gonna be doing more stuff that shows kind of like my personality. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, NFC. Yeah, yo, Door Gunner. Pop in for that, bro. Pop in for that. I know Rio's probably gonna be doing his own thing, and I know you're a Washington fan, but you've been in this chat for a while, and you're one of the cool subscribers, especially the fact that you're in here and you're not a Giants fan. That's awesome, bro. Like, I appreciate as much the back and forth that we have, Door Gunner. You're very much appreciated, my friend. But yeah, yo, Mike, shout out to you, bro. Thanks for the idea, but we're gonna be doing that then. A lot of stuff. All right, guys. So go in the description right now. I want everybody to go in the description right now. Hold on, I have to check. I just changed my username on Twitch, so I have to change that link, because the link is your username on Twitch. So I have to change it, because it used to be Royal GCJ. That was my old gaming username, but I rebranded that Twitch account to fit my channel, because we're going to be using that for the channel now. So give me a second, guys. I'm going to be going into this live, and I'm going to be don't go into the description yet, or just refresh the screen when I say so, because this should be the new account. Let me see here. Let me try to pump that in as a link. Let me put that on my search bar, see if that works. Indeed, it does. It didn't My profile picture isn't changed yet. I have to change that. But that is my account, KidBlueRB27. I'm going to save it so you guys can click on it and follow it. All right. Now you guys can refresh the stream and follow everything down below. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. I'm posting all my stuff on Instagram as well. TikTok and Twitch. We're going to be on all those platforms, guys. 5 platforms this season for the Kid Blue RB27. What do you call it? An IP? The Kid Blue RB27 name is not going to just be on YouTube anymore. I'm branching out. That's it. I'm spreading my wings like a beautiful blue butterfly, baby. Call me BBB. Big Baller Brand, Big Beautiful Butterfly, Big Blue Beautiful Butterfly. The quadruple B's, baby. Come on. Come on. I want to bring all you guys with me as well. So I know this wasn't a big stream, especially during when the season is ramping up. I usually have like 200 people in here. I know why it's not like that. The algorithm is not liking me in this month because I have not been consistent with making videos and streaming. I was on vacation a lot, so I don't expect it to stay like this. I am not discouraged at all. We're going to get back into the season, and we are going to provide some content. We're going to have fun this season, no matter how bad the Giants are. Are you guys with me? Come on! No matter how bad the Giants are. I like talking trash to fellow NFC East creators, all in good fun though. Of course they were gonna. We love it as well. If you know me, you know I love the back and forth. So, but yeah, guys, that's it. That's pretty much the video. This is my 3rd day in a row I go live. 3rd day in a row I go live. Who does that? When have I ever done that? I haven't. I am committed to making good content this season, baby. No more of the boring instant reactions like, hello, welcome back into another video, 27 Squad. Today we're going to be breaking down how the Giants lost to the Washington Commanders 37-10. Here are some of my favorite moments. Like, we're not doing that anymore, guys. We're going to make content that fits more of my personality. I'm not doing it anymore. This persona of me trying to be professional and stuff like that is done. It's done. You guys are going to get the real KB. The real Geo. Real KB. Not that I was faking it for you guys. I was just trying to be more professional. You know what I mean? Trying to catch the eyes of more people who want to see more of a professional feel. I'm done with that, bro. You guys have liked my content anyway, so, like, I want to be as authentic as possible. I would say fly, baby, fly, but I think of the next screen. Yeah, screw that. Die, Eagles, die. Die, Eagles, die. All right, but thank you guys so much for listening to my TED Talk. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Yeah, I'm going to, ironically enough, I think my next live stream is going to be either the Giants preseason game, or the Battlefield 6 beta that's coming out. But I'm going to be live on TikTok and Twitch, I think. TikTok and Twitch. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch because not only are we going to have gaming stuff on there, we're going to have football live streams that I can't put here because of copyright stuff that Twitch doesn't have those copyright issues. They don't copyright you for live streaming, that kind of stuff. So follow me on Twitch. If you guys don't have a Twitch account, just make one. You could make one with your Amazon Prime account because Twitch is bought by Amazon. If you guys are not familiar with Twitch, if you have an Amazon account, it's just going to be quick 1 2 3. It's just boom, sign up. So follow me there for more content. And make sure you guys consider joining the membership. We're going to have a lot of, especially later on this week when the Giants play, we'll have a lot of content on the membership program. And then what else am I missing? Anything else am I missing? No, that's pretty much it. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on all those platforms. But thank you guys for joining in. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys later on in the week.